Hi guys and welcome to another video, and first of all I want to say it one last time because I just don't want to repeat it time and time out again, because maybe then you could get bored. One last thank you for all the views, for all the great positive feedback, if it's a like, if it's a comment or anything like that, because the recent videos got way more than ever before. This is something that really means a lot, and I wanted you to let this know one more time. Maybe I will do it sometimes, but I don't want to drag too much to not make these videos any longer. So let's start with the topics for today. It's kind of a weekly recap today. So first of all, what I wanted to talk about was the Samsung launch. Of course, I did already a video and I said pretty much all I wanted to, but one thing I wanted to add. I got a lot of comments saying me an SD card isn't needed anymore because we have more storage. What was the other thing? A replaceable battery. No one really uses it because all that. And I personally never said that I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with SD cards as long as I have enough storage. I don't have a problem. I actually don't even want a replaceable battery because it's just a more sturdy feel if it's a unibody design or something like that. And the issues I have though is, if the battery is too small, and 3000 will be too small, you can tell me what you want. It wouldn't even be enough on a S6 to provide you with good light, but that's not the case. But the thing what I wanted to say is, when I complained about these things, I am not the target for the Samsung Note or for the S6 Prime, because these are phablets, even though they are so mainstream these days that you can't even call it anymore phablets, because it's a big phone these days, nothing else, and it's pretty much the normal size. But I'm not the target, so I was talking for all the Node users, for all the big device users, and those have been screwed in terms, because these power users, those Node users, they want the SD card, they want the huge battery life, the replaceable battery and all that. So I was talking more for them, not for me, just to get that out of the way. Next topic would be OnePlus 2, my opinion now. Because the thing is, I was a little bit maybe too slow getting my invite, because I had a contact there and he told me once they are out, contact me and you will get it. Then he was on vacation a week, and actually once he got back to me, he gave me the address to the former contact I had already when I got my OnePlus One invite, and told me just contact that and you will get one. And all that was like on the 13th, so already you could buy this device for 2 days. And she got back to me, told me you can actually, because I also asked for a few more for a giveaway or so. She told me you can get some for an invite, for a giveaway later this month, but she totally forgot to give me one. So now, when it's Monday, you could already buy one for 1 week. And if I at that point will get an invite, I think I just won't buy it anymore, for the reason I only wanted it to review, because I will have to compare it with all the other devices that come out later this year, like the Nexus, the Moto X and all that. And it will be an asked device. Everyone will say, how is it compared to this? How is it compared to that? And I will just need it. And that's why I want it. But now, 1 week already lost. There will be reviews out next week and all that. And since I make my review period anyways longer, like 2 weeks, I will be totally far off. No one will care about the review, as no one did already on the first one. So it doesn't make sense for me to spend $450 or so to buy this device just for comparison. So I don't think I will do it. If I will get the invite though for the giveaway, I will definitely do that. Next topic, and that is discussed a lot of times with the Nexus now coming, with the OnePlus, with the S6, fingerprint readers. Is it a good idea in general, and where to put it? Because I don't have an issue with it, because even though I don't use it, especially on my iPad Air 2, I don't use it at all. I actually turned it off because it was very annoying on a tablet, because it's only at home. I don't need any security at home. But on a phone, it's a little bit different. But still, even on the Note 4, I used it for 1 or 2 days just to see if it works, and then I turned it off because it was still taking longer, or it was some extra effort to get into the system, something I don't want to. Yes, my security is flawed, and if someone gets my device, he would have everything because I have no lock screen password or anything. But that's my issue. That's why I want to ask you, how important is a fingerprint reader for you, and where would you put it? Because I personally think everyone says, yes, if you grab a phone and you have it like this in your hand, you are already at the place to be on the fingerprint scanner. Actually, I am never using my phone like this. I use my phones like this at best. So it would be somewhere here on the side, but never here. Of course, I can use this point, but that's not my personal way. And the other thing is, if I have it straight on the table and I want to just use it, turn it on, I can't because it's not on the front. I will have to lift my device, and this is where I see the ones on the front being definitely of an advantage. Yes, on the OnePlus it takes up more space and people don't want it because they want on-screen buttons, but I think that's actually still the better position, and not being a button for me sounds the best position or idea because you don't have to press anything, you just put it there and then it's it. You can use it pretty much in all situations, but the one on the back, I will have to use one to see if I would then use it actually, because the one on the OnePlus I would see myself using because I have to do something to turn on my device anyways. So that would be the closest idea, but let me know what you think. Where would you put it? Do you think it's really that smart on the back? I'm personally not. Next topic, HTC is worth shit. We got in the news all their, and I don't know really the right terms right now in English anymore, but all what they have isn't even worth, just read the articles and so on, you will know, but pretty much they are worth nothing. The brand is worth nothing. Is it? I don't think it's a big surprise for anyone. And the one brutal number I saw, I got like was yesterday. They had 4 years ago 28 billions of net worth, and now they are down to I think like 1.8 or 1 something. So how did they manage to screw or get rid of 26 billions? And not even making the product big. Because yes, the HTC line and all their phones are solid and well built and all that. That is not a discussion. But how did HTC manage to be where they are now? I'm not quite sure. Yes, everyone says marketing, but it must be more than just that, because there are other. But actually, if you see it like that, it's just Samsung and it's the iPhone, and pretty much everyone else is fighting for the breadcrumbs on the bottom of the sea. Even though that sentence made no sense, but you get what I mean. Is there any chance for HTC to get up again? I personally think if they don't recover within the next 12 months, it looks very, very dark, and they will have to do maybe something completely different, get out of the smartphone game or so, if they want to actually survive as a company. Not last topic, but yeah, I got the G Flex 2. I'll review it right now. I have it for 4 days. So far, build quality is really nice. For me, actually, it's nicer and easier to hold than the OnePlus. It is a little bit narrow, but due to the curve, as you can maybe see here, right up there, it feels a lot narrower than the OnePlus. So I had a way easier time of using 5.5 inches than I did before on the OnePlus or on something like the Note 7 that is a little bit bigger. Okay, I get it. And that's maybe a reason also why the Nexus 6 was so easy to hold, because the big curve. Because this 6-incher was very easy to hold in comparison. Always thought the OnePlus was very hard to use for a 5.5-incher. So the display is also very nice. Performance is a little bit, for a power user you will see a lot of lags and stutters, but for normal use, if you don't just check it that thoroughly, it's okay. Battery life, not so good, but I will get all into that for the review. If you have any questions to answer in my review, just leave them. The last point before I'm maybe doing something, let's get Windows 10 on a Mac. Actually, this video is all been recorded, at least the sound, through my USB on my MacBook Pro, as I usually do, but on Windows 10. Usually I use QuickTime on macOS, so there could also be a sound difference here. I'm just using Audacity, just getting the sound in. Did no other things, but usually I don't do it on QuickTime anyways. I just record the audio, that's it. And just for me to quickly see how long this video actually is. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes, so that is okay. But the video will be out. I will try to get it out tomorrow, because I didn't want to release it today, because I just use it for one cycle, and that is not what I want to do. I want to get more in-depth information about Windows on the MacBook Pro, and then I will give you more information with everything you would possibly want to know, because I read yesterday that Windows 10 on a Mac is possible, but I didn't anywhere get any information how well it works, if there are any flaws, how the performance is, and that is all what I want to address. So one last thing about the word of the day, German word of the day. This is actually not really a random rambling, but I will just throw that in every video that I do apart from the reviews. But I wanted to know if you are actually interested in the German word of the day. Because if you don't care, of course, it's always the last part of the video, so you can just skip it and it will be done. No problem. So it's not affecting you. It's not anywhere in the middle like an advertisement where it would be annoying. So that I did it on purpose on the back. But for some people it sounds interesting, for some not. But let me know, because if you maybe want to do something else, if you think, man, I don't care about the German, but something like this would be interesting, let me know if you have any suggestions. But until this has been answered, the German word of the day today is you. And this sounds like an easy word, but once again, as with the, it is in German had to be more complicated again. But it's not actually complicated, it's just a thing that I'm personally pissed about in German, because you in English means you if you talk to someone specific. But in German it's more like there's this you which is du. This is if you just casually talk to some person. But if it's some person that you don't know that well, if it's something official with your boss or so, it's Sie. And that would be more something like in English, you sir. Or I don't know actually how you call a woman, you sir, but you get what you mean. It's more something official and less casual, less intimate. And this is something I don't like so much, because you all the English people, or I don't know how actually other languages do this as well, so I would really like to know. But I would just like to say you to everyone. But the thing is always, if I contact someone for review device and so on, I always say Sie, so like you sir, if I ask for something. And if they reply back to me with you do, or make it more casual, then I answer like this. But as long as they don't come to me, because I can't say, usually it's like this: if you know someone for a little bit longer, at some point, if it's your boss or so, he will say Sie können mich duzen. This means you can say you to me, the du version, the casual version, and you don't have to say Sie anymore. But this is always a hurdle. You always have to get past this. It is like this in German. You have to be allowed to say you or du. You just can't say to everyone du, because then it would be unpolite. Of course, there are a few people that always say this to everyone, but these people are known to be unpolite. So once again, German, complicated, more strict, more complex, more uptight than it would have to be. But that's it for it today, and I actually am quite interested in how this video will turn out, because I will also edit it on the Toshiba that I'm reviewing right now. It is a tablet convertible, very, very promising, with Core M, and I want to see actually how well it compares in terms of the editing on the MacBook Pro with Windows 10 now in terms of performance. And not to make it any longer, I will say bye. Have a nice Sunday if you watch this Sunday, and have a nice day if you watch it on any other day. Until next time, bye.